wanted to give a video today how to deal with competing, if you want to say competing, with the chuck in the truck, the $10 an hour handyman. We've all seen them. You know several of them in your area for sure. They're constantly taking jobs from you, or the customer is trying to compare their rates with yours. And I just kind of want to talk about why it's not really too big of a deal for you to worry about. Yes, they're going to take some jobs from you, but arguably, are those really the customers that you want anyways? Because a customer that is looking for the lowest possible price is not the customer you're going to want to have for several reasons. The customer that is looking for the lowest price has got one thing on their mind, and it's money. They don't care. It's never going to be good enough for them. They're always going to nitpick it to the last possible little thing they can do because they want to feel like they're getting their money's worth, because money is a very big deal to them, which arguably so. But the thing is people that have more money and it's not going to hurt them to do this project that you're going to do, they're not going to be nitpicking everything so much because it's not a factor in their mind. It's not going to hurt them to lose this money. Whereas someone on a cheap, lower budget that really is kind of paycheck to paycheck type deal, and they need this work done, and they're fishing around to get it as cheap as possible, they're really going to be nitpicking it because they don't have the extra spare money to put into this thing. So that's one reason why it's kind of okay that they get that. Also, these guys will never scale their business. You cannot scale a business on $10, $15 an hour. You can't. It's great if you're retired and you want to go work on the weekends or a couple days a week doing jobs for $15 an hour, cool. But they're never going to grow their business big enough to where they're going to do anything significant as far as taking over the market share of customers. And also, there's probably a reason they're $15 an hour. They probably don't do that good of work. And so you're not really competing with anything with quality. And that right there, you can set yourself apart. And so you're saying maybe, well, how do I justify maybe $80 an hour as opposed to this guy's charging $15? Well, there's several ways to stand out. One, have a website. These guys usually don't have websites. Look professional. Have a uniform. Show up with a t-shirt, company t-shirt, nice polo, whatever, nice clean clothes. Look presentable. Have yourself in order. Come with all your tools, come with your vans, get your vans wrapped, get your vans some magnets, something like that if you don't have the money to wrap it or don't want to wrap it. Something like that. Just set yourself apart. Make yourself look like you're a bigger company. And because you will be. These guys don't have any margin to scale. They can't afford on $15 an hour to go out and wrap their truck. There's just no margin to grow your business. So they're not buying new equipment, at least not profitably. And so over time, these guys kind of cycle out. Over a course of a year, maybe 2 years, they're running out of money, and they're like, well, I'm losing money doing this and a lot of time, and so they'll be phasing out. So they're not really a huge deal. There's ways to work around it. Just offer a quality service at a fair price to you and the customer, and realize that not everybody is your customer. You do not want to work for everybody, and that'll be another video in the future too, kind of in depth a little bit more, that basically how to say no to people. It's a very hard thing to do, especially in the handyman. You want to please people, you want to make people happy, and that's good. You should want to. That's kind of part of you need to be like that to run this business successfully, because it's a service business. So the number one goal is customer service, and the customer needs to be happy. So that's kind of one way to compete with the chuck in the truck. They're always going to be there. You can't do too much about it other than just focus on yourself. Don't worry about your competitors, if you want to say. I don't really believe there's too many competitors, at least not with the single handyman. Maybe when you get up into you're making millions a year, then maybe you got other competitors and there are other businesses in the millions a year. But as far as sole proprietors, stuff like that, even if you got a couple employees, I don't think you're really competing. There's so much work to go around, and you're really not, you're not competing. I don't think of it that way. I kind of think of it as I try to build the relationships with these other guys so that if I need a subcontractor, if they specialize in something, then I can be a even if I can't do a work for a customer, right? I don't do roofing, I don't do flooring, I don't install windows, stuff like that, right? So if I have a customer that's looking to get their roof done, windows done, all this stuff, right? I have guys that can be like, look, I don't do this, but they like references for someone that can. And so if I can provide value to them and be the person to give them a good, solid lead to get someone who can get in there and get their work done, that's, even though you didn't do the work for them, it's gonna cement you in their mind as a quality contractor or handyman, whatever. Just someone that knows what they're doing, and they're gonna call you back again for more stuff soon. So yeah, just something to kind of keep in mind as you're going forward. You're gonna see them pop up. Don't worry about them. Focus on yourself and just provide for your customers. So, all right, I'll see you in the next one.